Good morning?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
morning.
Good morning, everyone.
For them. It's morning for them, not for us.
It's morning for you, not for us. Happy day.
Yeah.
We are out and about today, and we're going to go just goofing around, run some errands, not really even running errands, just kind of do some window shopping and look around at some crazy things, and we thought we'd bring you along. We're going to go to a used bookstore.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go to a used bookstore for months, and we just haven't had time.
And there aren't, well, I want to say that there aren't very many in Orlando, but there aren't very many close to our new house. So any used bookstore we go to in Central Florida
is a drive. There's one in Tampa I'd really like to go to that looks, on the internet, it looks like it's a bigger store.
Is it Haslam's?
Yeah.
I've been to that one. I've been to Haslam's. And I think their prices are
too high.
Yeah. Used bookstores, I feel like their books should be less expensive than if you bought them new.
I agree.
Unless it's like an antique or, you know, special kind of copy. But most of their books are just not special. They're just used. But I don't think that they're a good deal. And then driving all the way down to St. Pete to get them is just...
Right.
We're parked in front of a bookstore here called Best Used Books. And I've been here before one time. I didn't buy anything that time, but I did promise them I would come back.
Okay.
Because I was really impressed with this place the last time I was here.
So you're fulfilling a promise, if nothing else.
I'm fulfilling a promise. I've wanted to come back here for a long time. There were a bunch of things that I thought, ooh, I'd love to bring that home with me. But at the time, we were preparing to move into our new house.
It was not appropriate.
No. So I had, I came up here for a meeting with the people who were going to design our pool.
Oh,
so that's why I came
when you were up here. Okay.
Because it was a long way, you know, and we were still living far, far away. And I thought, well, I'm not going to just go up there for nothing. I'm going to find something else to do.
Yeah.
And so right after that meeting, I found this used bookstore, and I came in here and I spent almost 2 hours just floating
browsing
around.
Browsing around.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I
was I'm excited
really
to go
impressed.
inside. Here we go.
Okay, we just came out of the bookstore.
Oh wow, that's like a really cool store.
There are so many books crammed into that place. And if any bookstore ever needed like shelves that go floor to ceiling with ladders,
they need it.
They need it. They are stacked 2 or 3 deep on the shelf, and you can't even see everything. They're literally piled on the floor, stacked in stacks all over the top of the bookshelf. It is so wild, so crazy, so much fun. I am so glad Mom had a good time.
I loved it.
We walked out with a great big box of books and a Disney print, and I'm thinking that when we get home we should just do a book haul.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, oh wow,
because
we got some really good
We
books.
didn't really record in there because it is totally sensory overload. There's so much going on in there.
And it's really kind of tight, and there's a lot of other book nerds in there, and they've
got everything
kind
from
and helpful.
DVDs and Blu-rays to board games to puzzles to CDs to books and books and books and more books on every single kind of topic that you can imagine.
Posters and
knickknacks, collectible items.
What are those things that everybody loves? That
Funko Pops.
Got those in there.
Yeah.
Some of them used, or you know, that have been out of the box. Some of them in the box, still wrapped.
Yeah.
That place is incredible.
Oh, I love it. I already want to go back. Like, we just left, and I already want to go back just because there's so much going on in there.
Yeah, I'd like to spend a couple of hours in there.
Yeah. But we need to find a place to eat.
Yeah.
Because we're hungry. It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we spent 2 hours in there.
Oh, I don't think it was.
No, it was 12
2
o'clock when we
hours.
started
Was
this
it?
vlog.
Wow.
We've been there for a while.
Wow.
It is 2:14 and we started this vlog right at 12.
Well, let's go find some place to eat.
Yeah, we may or may not take you guys with us to lunch. Probably will. We'll do our best. We're off our baseline right now, so vlogging is difficult for us.
Difficult for us, yeah.
We're doing the best that we can, and our best is not very good. But
Her best is better than mine, but I'm making
trying.
an effort.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, good for you. Good
I'm
job.
doing a better job.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We've settled on Mexican, so we're gonna have lunch at Poblano's Mexican Grill. We've never been here, and it sort of looks a little bit abandoned, but I think we're gonna give it a shot, right, Mom?
We're gonna give it a try.
It's right here and we're hungry, so let's go try it out.
Give it a try.
We are at the next bookstore called Bright Light Books. Now, they have an outlet store that is only open on Saturdays, but tomorrow is New Year's Day.
So I'm sure they're not open.
I doubt they'll be open tomorrow, but maybe some other time we will come and visit their outlet store on some Saturday. But we drove by to park, and they've got books piled on the sidewalk outside.
Well, not on the sidewalk, on carts on the sidewalk.
No, they've got books piled out
really?
in front of the bookstore. There's books on the sidewalk, on the walking path. Not where the cars drive, but where people walk, there are books there.
Wow.
So, I love that. I'm so excited. Let's go in.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So they've got clearance books on carts, and I was wrong about them being piled up out here. When we drove by, there were some like tubs of books, but I think it was a woman doing a drop-off. But anyway,
$1.
yeah, or 7 for $5. So there's 2 clearance carts, 3, 4 clearance carts, and maybe the one on the end is also clearance. I have no idea, but I think it's exciting. Ooh. We won again.
I have a big smile, you just can't see it.
Yeah, well, so here's the first box of books. And yes, that says $50. We'll show you what that was for later. But also, I have some books in my arms, so I feel like we totally won. I'm so happy. It feels like Christmas all over again. Alright, so we're back home. We have stopped at a couple of places. We stopped at a Kohl's and...
Saw nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Valentine's Day stuff. So now we're home, and we're gonna do a really quick book haul. We're gonna show you all the books that we bought today.
Some cool things.
I want to start with the other thing that was not
A book?
The only thing that was not a book. So we have been on a bunch of Disney cruises, and on one of them, we were given this like print, and it's got all of the ships on it. And I just framed this the other day.
Well, it's not the ships, that's their
mascots. Yeah, the ship, atrium, mascots, whatever. So
yeah,
we had this. I framed it yesterday, and then today we were at the, is it Best Used Books? Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
And this was sitting on the floor right by the door when you walk in, and it had this like posted on it. It says $50, collect signed frame. So it has been signed by the author, or by the artist.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's Princess Aurora with the 3 fairies.
I think it's really pretty, and it's kind of Christmassy.
With the poinsettias and the ribbons,
holly
and
berries.
she's, you know, wearing a really pretty dress that it's kind of Christmassy, and she's got holly in her hair, and then the 3 little fairies.
All warm.
It was just too pretty to pass up. And so that was the only thing that we got today that was not a book.
Aurora is also my favorite princess.
I saw it and I thought of Emma, and it's bigger than I had thought that it was, because the other one is smaller, I guess.
Yeah.
But I like the size of it. So I'm glad we bought that. They had some other ones on the wall, but we didn't buy any of those. This one was right there waiting to walk out with us, and so it just felt right.
I got, or restarted with a book series that I got many years ago, and it
started many years ago.
well, I started many years ago, and I've read it a couple of times. But it's the Eye of the World Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan series. And of course I've traded those books off and now I want to read them again. So
We only have three.
Oh, we have 3?
We have 3 of them up on the top of this shelf here behind us.
And there are like...
I don't know, at least 14.
Somewhere between 14 and 40.
In the Wheel of Time. Yeah, in the Wheel of Time series there are several. And then I have been told before that the Tim LaHaye series,
LaHaye.
Thank you, that this was a really good series. So I got several books out of that series.
She's got a bunch of them. And what I think is really interesting about this, and I noticed this when I was putting them in the box for you, the spine tells you this is book number 6.
Yeah.
I really like that. And this is the large print edition.
And I really like the large print edition. It is so easy to read.
I can read that. That's nice.
Yeah. And I'm kind of mad at myself that I traded off my my Robert Jordan, because many of the books, not all of them, but many of them I had gotten in the large print edition, and I bet you can't hardly find that now.
They cost a premium because Amazon did that series that Amazon is releasing that show right now.
Yep.
Wheel of Time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of popular again,
but I'm excited to get it and read it again because it is a really good series. It completely whisks you away. You really have to concentrate and focus because there are so many characters and so many things happening all at the same time. Trying to keep up, it just will really, give you a migraine if you're not in a but not in a quiet place where you can, really
think about what you're reading
and concentrate. And I'm excited to spend a little bit of time reading.
I've never read it, but it's one that I would like to read because everyone compares it to, like, The Lord of the Rings. It's an epic fantasy.
I've heard it being compared to Game of Thrones, too.
I've never read that one either. Is that all of your books?
Yep. Well, I mean, there's...
She got a bunch in
several in the series. I did not get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you just can't...
what they had.
You can't find them.
Yeah.
So, I got what they had.
And now you have a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
So you'll have some books to look for.
So if anybody knows where I can find some of the large print Robert Jordan series for a reasonable price, let me know!
Yeah.
You can help me in my scavenger hunt.
She didn't go shopping with us.
No, I did not go. I did not go
bye.
today. Bye. But they came home and Auburn handed me a paperback copy of the book Flipped. We actually saw this in movie form for the first time on
a Disney cruise.
On one of the Disney ships that we went on. Sort of on accident. We were just like waiting to go to a play, to one of the like theaters. And we were like, let's find something to watch on TV. We only have about 20 minutes. And we caught 20 minutes of that movie here and there the entire cruise.
Yeah, we never saw the whole movie.
All the way through. We would catch like 20 minutes towards the beginning, 20 minutes in the middle, the very first 20 minutes towards the end. Just scattered and ridiculous.
It's really interesting because it's the same story.
Told from 2 different perspectives.
By her perspective and his perspective. So you'll see like this part of the story and then you see this part of the story from her point of view.
Yeah.
And so I've never read the book, but I saw it today and it was what, $4.99, $5?
Yeah.
It was...
I was so obsessed with this movie on that cruise.
Yeah, $5.
And
the actor and actress...
Yeah, they did a really good job, especially for the ages that they were.
It's a really cute movie.
It is. So I'm excited to read that.
Yeah, even the back of this book is really interesting.
Yeah, because it's got the
Bryce
synopsis for the boy. Yep. So it's right side up and you can read his side of the story here. And then you flip the book upside down and it's got Juliana's. And then Auburn also got me 3 more books from the Royal Diaries series. I was really obsessed with reading these. These are historical fiction diaries from royal figures from all around, royal princesses, sort of, from all around the world. So I got Isabel from Spain, Princess Isabel, the Jewel of Castilla. She was Queen Isabel, she and her husband later sent Christopher Columbus over the ocean to get away from them because he was annoying. And then Queen Victoria, when she was in her youth, and Anastasia.
What I think is so interesting about these books is that they're set, or
they are mostly historically accurate.
Well, it's a diary. So you are basically in her head. You're reading this princess's thoughts and feelings about events happening in her personal life or in like her political climate.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. And I know that Emma has been wanting to collect more of these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 up there right now.
And we have 2 of Marie Antoinette.
No, we don't.
We have 2 of one of them, don't we?
Nope.
I thought we had 2 of Marie.
We have 4 up there. I took a picture of it before we left the house because I knew we were going to some used bookstores, and I know that that's a great place to find these.
We do have Eleanor Aquitaine. Cool.
And so I wanted to make sure that I had a picture of what we had.
That's a good idea.
So that's what I do when we go used bookstore shopping. And that's what Emma has. Now, the rest of these, actually, I'm going to give this one to Emma to look at right now.
Oh, this is so cool. I saw it in the car.
I got this. This was like calling my name as we were leaving the last bookstore, and it's the Lost Files of Nancy Drew. What this is
awesome.
It is an interactive book. So you open it up, and there are little like pages that, like, this is her notebook. That
From
like
different cases. Like, this is what her desk might have looked like during a specific case.
This is so cool. I
can't get over this. I think
and
I
it was
love
like
this.
what, $8?
7, wasn't it?
Was it, how much was it, Emma? On the front.
Close the front.
$8.
$7.99. So
That's
And
incredible.
we love Nancy Drew.
Yes.
We are a Nancy Drew stan house.
right. So that's why I also got these. Now, I have the whole collection, 1 through 64 of Nancy Drew, which is sort of rare and difficult to do because they stopped making like the last 6 books in the series, and you can really only find them in used form, and they're not reproducing them for whatever reason. But Emma has been on TikTok.
Yes.
And she has discovered something that I didn't really know. They rewrote the first 15-ish books of the
Nancy Drew
series in the late 50s. And
Yeah.
so these books, I have The Bungalow Mystery, The Hidden Staircase, and The Secret of the Old Clock. I have 3 of these. This is the originals. So this is just as you remember them. This is before they rewrote the story. This is the original story. Now, something I really think is interesting is there's a huge amount of white space around the text. So there are not very many words on a page.
So that's why they're thicker than
Which is
usual.
why it's a bigger,
Yeah.
thicker book, but I don't really mind that. I don't really care. I thought it was so interesting because I just took down, they had a new version of The Secret of the Old Clock, so I took it down off the shelf and I was like paging through both of these at the same time, and they are different, which I think is so fun. They had some of the original like older books, but then I saw these, and these I think were printed in the 90s, but their intent was to bring back the original story, which I thought was really cool. So I bought 3 of those because they had 3 of those. This is a Pride and Prejudice retelling from, I think, Fitzwilliam Darcy's point of view. So it's a trilogy, and they had books 1 and 3. So I will have to find book 2.
You have your hunt. You
Yeah.
haven't your hunt.
You have the beginning and the end of the story.
Right. So it's called An Assembly Such as This, and These 3 Remain. The next 3 books I'm going to talk about are sports related. Now, John Madden just died. Okay?
Yes, he did.
And I learned something about him the day after he died that made me realize just how little I know about the guy. I know that he was a pro football hero, and I know that he did a lot for the sport. And I love watching football. So I know that he did a bunch for the game and for viewers who watch the game at home. So I really wanted to learn more about the guy. And this is his book. All Madden. Hey, I'm talking pro football. So this is his book. And I thought it was really interesting. And it was the only book that they had there on John Madden. And so I just thought that it should come home with me. It was $5. So I'm going to read this and then maybe send it to my dad or take it back to the bookstore. And then Tony Dungy is also one of my heroes. So they had 2 books by Tony Dungy. They have Quiet Strength, which is his memoir. And then this one is like Finding Your Path to Significance. So it's called Uncommon. And one of them, not this one, his memoir. And I opened this up and I literally gasped, is a signed copy. So
can I see that? Oh
yeah.
my god.
So Tony Dungy signed this book and then somebody gave it up. I have your book now, Brandon.
You have your book.
So this one's sort of like, it feels like an accomplishment to me. I've been looking for this book, The Magic of Oz. It's the books 11 through 15 of the Oz series. I have the first 2 books of 5. I have The Wizard of Oz and The Emerald City of Oz by the same publisher, same series, but for whatever reason, Barnes & Noble didn't print or didn't stock, or their publisher didn't make enough. I don't know, but I couldn't find this one. I saw it in the store one time. I almost bought it. I walked away, and I've regretted it ever since. This was not a good deal.
$25.
But it is something that, I mean, I can't buy it that cheap on Amazon or on eBay. So,
The Lost Princess of Oz, The Tin Woodman of Oz, The Magic of Oz, Glinda of Oz, and Little Wizard Stories of Oz.
so I'm happy to have that because now my Wizard of Oz series is complete. We have company now.
Calm down.
It is New Year's Eve, and
It
so
is.
I'm sure that our neighbors are going to start shooting off fireworks anytime. But I've got a few more books that I want to go through really quickly. This is Pictures by Tolkien. So it's a really slim book, and there's no story in here. It's all just art that has been drawn by the man himself. And I guess when he originally drew these in the early 70s, it was for a calendar series. And some of these things appeared in books. Some of these things never appeared anywhere else. And so I just thought that was so cool. And like Smaug is on the back of the book. It's so neat. And then I got a bunch of Disney books because the first bookstore we went to had like a whole shelf of just Disney books. Books about Walt Disney, books about the Disney way, harnessing the management secrets of Disney in your company. That's gonna go on my self-help school book shelf over there. This is Walt Disney, The Triumph of the American Imagination. So this is his biography written by Neil Gabler, I think. This one's heavy.
It's thick.
Feel that. It's a heavy book. And then there's a Remembering Roy E. Disney. Now, Roy O. Disney was Walt's brother. Roy E. Disney was Roy O.'s son. And there's a foreword in this by Roy Patrick Disney, who is Roy E. Disney's son. This one is a historical tour of Walt Disney World. I thought this would be interesting just to learn about the history of Disney World, especially since it is currently the 70th anniversary of Walt Disney World.
That's a pretty book, too.
It is really pretty. It's purple and green. It's really pretty. And it's not very thick. So I feel like that's one I can get through, but I'm excited to read that. All right, 3 more. This one is Remembering Walt Disney, and it's favorite memories of Walt Disney. Now I opened this up and I had Mom read the first page because I just like the first page of the foreword. Okay, Walt Disney was more important than all the politicians we've ever had. They pretended optimism, he was optimism. Ray Bradbury goes on to tell the story of how he first met Walt Disney and how Walt was his hero, and he saw him walking through, I think, Macy's or Saks or something, carrying Christmas gifts, and he said, hey, you know, hi, I think you're a great guy, and Walt's like, I love your books. And then so Ray was like, can we have lunch? And Walt is like, sure, let's have lunch tomorrow. Cool. What a wonderful story to tell and to read, and that's real. And I love that. I'm excited to read more about it. Next is Walt Disney World, the First Decade. This is a book about the first decade of Walt Disney World. So when you open it up, it has the old-fashioned Disney World icon. And the first picture is the castle on the 10th anniversary.
Isn't that beautiful?
And this book smells old, but like...
What's the copyright on that book?
1982.
Yeah.
So it really was.
This really
at
was.
10 years when that book came out.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And this photo was taken October 1, 1981. The year-long 10th anniversary celebration began October 1st, 1981. And so I thought that was sort of fitting for right now, this year. And I couldn't walk away. And then the last book that I have has nothing on the front, has nothing on the back, but it is just The Art of Walt Disney. So you open up the book, and these pages fold out.
I think that's really cool.
Oh
my god, Cinderella's wearing pink.
I couldn't say no. Those are the books that we got, and I have no regrets about leaving anything behind, and I have no regrets about bringing all of this stuff home. I love everything, and I can't wait to put it all on our bookshelves. It's going to be so great. We've got so much space.
Yeah.
I have no regrets. I'm really happy. I think that gal thought we'd lost our mind when we bought $200 worth of books. But I said,
I think
when do you remember being under our Christmas tree?
Yeah, she gave us
And Auburn said,
this box.
Cat?
Yeah, no, we didn't have, okay, we didn't have Christmas gifts this year. We didn't exchange gifts. And we don't really do that anymore.
No, not really.
Because
We'll do a big trip.
Yeah, we like to do experiences. We like to go out and have a nice meal, or what are you doing?
She's sniffing the books.
Anyway, this was our Christmas gift to ourselves and to each other, was the experience of going book shopping and also buying books, which I think is just delightful. And I had so much fun. And I can hardly wait to read all of these. I'm so excited. But I think that that's going to be it for today's vlog. I know it was very disjointed, and I'm sorry, but I also don't care. I know that in my New Year's Day video I talked about how we're going to do some cruise videos next. This video was not planned, but we did it. I'm glad we did it. So you're seeing this one first, but the cruise videos will be coming soon, I hope. Yeah, so you guys will see us then. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Some behind the scenes of our filming. We've got a box and some prints and books and more books and more books and more books, and hi Emma, and more books and some art that we need to hang on the walls, and Winnie the Pooh and a ring light, and hi Mom, and a dog and a cat. Kitty kitty.
Hi, kitty cat.
You're the prettiest one of all. Yeah.